Hello there everyone, today we'll be playing Slime Rancher. I actually already have a game on here, but I just kind of felt like recording and talking instead of actually doing a whole lot, so I figured this would be a good option. I was going to play something else, but I had issues with the game in the end. It's not a bad game, I want to say that right now. It's just like... But yeah, it's not a bad game, but like the actual monitor, the screen size for the game is not very big. It was kind of just annoying to play because it was so small, and plus it used the arrow keys to move around, which is also not a bad thing, but I don't like that just because I'm so used to using my left hand to move around and stuff like that, and because I am right-handed, but I use my left hand to move around because I use WASD. But anyway, I kind of just wanted to... Oop. I heard something pop out. Oh, it was just a cat. I'm looking for hunter slimes. I need more of them. But I kind of just wanted to talk because I've uploaded 5-6 videos by now. I've been online for a while. I originally made this because I wanted to connect with my audience on Wattpad more. I'm actually a writer on there, and I cannot remember how to get out of this place. I'm a writer on there, and I've been on there for years, but I don't really know my audience as well as I kind of wish I did, so I decided to make this to connect with them a little bit more. I've been on there for years, and I do know my audience a little bit, but not very well. And I thought this would be a fun way to get to know them. And plus, I could talk to them about projects that are coming up if they're interested, and really just get to know them better. But I thought it would be fun. Although, not very many people have come along yet, but that's mostly just because I haven't really advertised it a whole lot. I did make a community post, but that's about it as far as that goes. Just cause there's not a whole lot for me to... Oh. I haven't posted in a bit. I posted not long before I made this channel, but I haven't actually posted anything, and that's obviously where a lot of people will pay attention to that kind of stuff, is when I post something, because if I make a community post, personally, I don't even pay attention to them, even if it's a writer that I enjoy, just because most of the time sometimes it's just people updating others on their lives, which is totally fine. I just personally don't really hear or want to know a lot more. And I don't blame it. I wouldn't be upset if some people just didn't want to be on this channel, just because, you know, sometimes you just want to read it and be done with them. But some people have... I in the past asked if people would want me to make a Patreon just so it would be easier for me to get content out, and some people said that they would be interested in that, which is awesome, and I greatly appreciate it. I did end up making one, but I haven't used it because there's a whole lot of tax stuff more than anything that's involved with that. So I kind of chose to hold off on that for now. Because maybe if I have more stuff going on or something like that, I would enjoy doing that, but currently I just don't think it's worth the hassle of setting it all up, putting it together, and keeping up on the extra tiers and things that would come with it. So for now, I just haven't really done anything with that. So I kind of wanted to introduce myself a little bit, because, like I said, I've made a few posts now, but I haven't really introduced myself very much. So I guess first things first. So you can either call me by right, because I'm writing blues, but I do also go by Val on Wattpad, but fun fact, that's actually not my real name. I chose that name because when I was younger, had actually misread the name and thought it was pronounced a different way, and I thought that the pronunciation that I accidentally came up with was really cool. So I sort of like went a while thinking that that was how you said it when it wasn't. So I ended up just kind of carrying that into my adulthood. But I won't really tell anybody my real name just because I kind of enjoy having my privacy. But I do enjoy kind of connecting to my audience a little bit more. So if any of you guys have questions or comments, or you kind of want to hear more updates on certain stories, then just let me know. But I thought since I was kind of in a recordy mood and talking mood, I would sort of update you guys a little bit on things that I'm writing and what's been going on a little bit and why I went on such a long hiatus, I guess. To start, originally, to make a long story short, I went on a hiatus for, I want to say, 9 months. And that was because I had a smaller hiatus before that. And that was because I got a new job. So I was trying to focus on that. And it was going fairly well, but some issues popped up, so I ended up quitting. And obviously I'm back now, but I'm gonna take you, because there's way too many of these hens anyway. But I ended up coming back from that, I think like 2 months after I started the job, because of what happened. And then I left, and so I was out of the game for a bit, and then I got a new job, and that job was just so constantly taxing that I decided that I ended up just kind of getting burnt out. And I continued to obviously work and things, but writing just kind of took a backseat for quite a while. And I just absolutely hated everything because I couldn't do anything that I wanted to do. I couldn't do what I loved and what I wanted to do, and I was just constantly, and I mean constantly, just like burnt out and tired. So I didn't do anything that I wanted to, including writing. And now I'm back, but I came back not too long ago because I left the job and I finally feel like my old self a little bit. No! I needed that. I hate you. But I finally feel better. Feel a bit like my old self, so I am back. Back again. So I am back to writing. And it's gone fairly well, but the reason I haven't really... Oh, not again. But the reason I haven't really posted anything yet is just because all of the things that I've been writing are newer things. And they haven't gotten very far as story and writing goes, so those are just kind of in my back pocket. So that's just kind of taken a back seat for now. Well, not entirely. They're still getting developed and things like that, so they'll be out eventually, but I won't do that until this video comes out, so that, or at least the videos that I talk about them in. So we'll see how that goes. So an update on some of the things that I've actually been writing lately is, oh, I have 3 of them in here. I didn't realize that. I guess I'm taking you. So an update on things that I've been writing. I came up with a few new ideas, so those will be coming out when I get them a little farther along in the writing process. But it's been great getting back into writing, because it's been a hobby of mine for a really, really long time. I've actually been writing since I was a kid. And I started Wattpad sometime in high school, but I started posting online for stories decent bit before that. And I originally started doing that because it was something that I enjoyed doing. When I was younger, I had a very bad problem focusing in school because I had all of these random ideas in my head. And so it was just kind of a way to get them out of my head and on something so that I could move forward with whatever else. So it was kind of nice to have that outlet. And that's how I originally started. And it was great. It actually helped a lot in school, although sometimes I would completely ignore schoolwork so that I could work on that stuff, but sorry, I got off track there. So the new stuff that I'm writing, I'm actually a fan fiction writer, in case there are any random people here that have no idea who I am or what I do. I write fan fiction, and one of my new stories is actually, I'm sure at least some people, maybe not the people that come here, but just the people that support me in general, know about the Dream SMP. It's inspired by that fairly heavily, and I will put some of the actual like characters in there. Obviously the characters are for people that know for people that don't know what it is actually. But the Dream SMP is basically like real people or like YouTubers that get invited onto it will roleplay different characters. And as far as I know, they do have a storyline, but they just follow the storyline, and everything else that's happened, like the lines and things, are up to them pretty much. I don't know an incredible amount about the whole development side of it. But this newest story is inspired by it. And I won't give away too much of it just because I'm going to eventually put it out there. The premise of it is that, simply put, the main character, it's going to be Danny again. This is just how I roll, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to read anymore. But, to make a long story short, the main character, which, once again, Danny, he is possessed, but he doesn't entirely know it. He hears voices in his head, so he's sort of taking the role of Technoblade, which, rest in peace, my bro. I didn't follow him for a long time before he passed away, but he was still he was really smart. From what I could tell, he's a really smart guy, and he's super funny. So I'm not going to comment a lot about that, because once again, I don't really have a place to. But I will say, he was definitely a YouTuber that you wanted to pay attention to. Where did the other one go? Did I just knock them both out? But, so basically, Danny takes the place of Technoblade, and he's not necessarily like the best person when it comes to murder. He does not there's not actually talking about a real murderer here, just for the sake of the algorithm, in case my tiny channel ends up getting like flagged or something. I'm not talking about an actual, this is a plot to a story, a very fictional story. So he does take the place of Technoblade for the most part, but you will still see Technoblade, and I'm not going to say how, but I greatly enjoyed the story of the Dream SMP, so I kind of got inspired by it, and obviously I will put that in the tags as what it's actually from, so people can check it out if they don't know what it is. It's pretty popular, but I do understand that there are definitely people that will not know what that is, because some people just aren't into that particular part of the internet. But story premise is that he takes the place of Techno, and he has voices in his head. I won't say his backstory. His backstory is a bit different from what I typically make it into, but I will say I at the very least, I'm very proud of it. So we'll see what you guys think of it.